A Texas Senate committee advanced a bill to ban THC, appearing to double down just a couple of months after the governor vetoed a very similar bill.
And today, Governor Abbott told Fox 4 what he does want, which includes stiff restrictions, but not an outright ban. Fox 4's David Sentendry joins us now with reaction. David.
Yeah, Heather and Steve, it might be a bit too early to tell, but early indications reveal that we might be heading for a standoff between the governor and lieutenant governor.
And we got two choices here. We can ban it or we can regulate it.
The Texas Senate Committee on State Affairs unanimously passing SB 5 Tuesday afternoon, a bill aiming to ban the sale of consumable hemp products containing THC, the ingredient causing a high. Supporting the ban, North Texas law enforcement leaders like Allen Police Chief Steve Dye.
THC consumables are intoxicating, and yet another issue dropped on the doorstep of law enforcement.
If passed, the bill will eliminate a majority of hemp products, even ones federally legal. The reason? Most hemp products contain at least trace amounts of THC. Morgan Miller says she uses hemp products for medical reasons.
In the month of May alone, I suffered from 23 migraine days out of 31. Now I know what you're thinking. How the heck does this girl survive that? The answer is hemp products.
Texas lawmakers passed legislation banning THC in late May, only for Governor Abbott to veto the legislation a month later. In the weeks leading up to the veto, veteran groups had pleaded with the governor not to ban the products.
This is the poison right here. Pharmaceuticals and alcohol are the poison.
After VFW National Legislative Committee Chairman Mitch Fuller's testimony Tuesday, he spoke with Fox 4 about hemp products helping him and thousands of veterans.
The pills have done a number on us. The pills have adversely affected us. And it's not uncommon for veterans to be prescribed 7 or 8 different pills. We support more regulation, clearly, but this is also about personal freedom and liberty and personal responsibility.
But SB 5 appears to double down on the legislation the governor already rejected. Hours before the vote, in a one-on-one interview with Fox 4's Stephen Dial, Abbott detailed what some might call a compromise, keeping marijuana illegal, banning hemp products for people under 21, banning synthetics laced into hemp products, and setting the THC limit at 3% or 3 milligrams.
We need to have a highly regulated hemp industry to ensure that farmers are able to grow it and that hemp products that do not have an intoxicating level of THC on it can be sold in the marketplace for adults to be able to use.
But passage of any legislation will likely require the governor and lieutenant governor getting on the same page. The lieutenant governor is still siding with a total ban, celebrating SB 5's committee passage Tuesday by tweeting, "Only a total ban on THC products can effectively protect communities." Keep in mind, if this bill continues to move forward and ultimately lands on the governor's desk, he can once again veto it like the previous bill last month. Heather and Steve, back to y'all.
David Sentendry, thank you.
We begin tonight with an update on the multi-vehicle crash that sent several people to the hospital over the weekend.
Fox 4 has learned the man believed to have caused that crash was involved in a hit and run the same night, just half a mile away. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager live tonight with an update on some of the victims and also the suspect in the case. Peyton.
Hi, Heather and Steve. Yeah, we're still waiting for Dallas police to identify the suspect in this crash. The suspect remains in the hospital, but we did receive an update from some of the victims. An Arlington couple spoke to me this afternoon from the hospital. They tell me that they remained conscious the entire time through the crash and were even able to walk away after their vehicle was crushed.
Newly obtained surveillance video shows a pair of vehicles parked at a Bishop Arts stoplight Saturday night when, in a blink of an eye, a red Tesla barreled through the intersection. The impact caused a Toyota to pile on top of a dark-colored Lexus. Inside the crushed Lexus, Celestino Rubio and Valerie Alonzo.
I just remember feeling like all the force on top of us.
Yeah, it started smoking.
There was definitely space, but I could just feel the weight of everything.
Tuesday, the Arlington couple spoke to us from inside a Dallas hospital. Celestino still recovering from a broken arm. The night of the crash, he noticed his arm was bleeding profusely.
And I looked at the first person that had a belt, and I said, "Can you please take off your belt and apply a tourniquet to me?" Immediately, high and tight, something I learned in the military.
Dallas police revealed Tuesday the red Tesla that caused this chaotic four-car collision was speeding away from a different crash half a mile away. Surveillance video obtained by Fox 4 from 12th and Tyler shows the Tesla hit a vehicle, back up, and then leave. Police say the Tesla took off northbound on Tyler at a high rate of speed, eventually plowing through the intersection of Tyler and Davis streets.
I didn't see this one.
Cell phone video shows the red Tesla with front-end damage on its side against a power pole. The driver was taken to the hospital in critical condition. 6 other victims were hospitalized, according to police. Video also shows a little girl being pulled out of the teetering Toyota and carried away by Dallas Fire Rescue. The child's mother also injured. At one point, you can also see Alonzo in the white shorts being cared for by strangers who stepped in to help her.
Everybody helped out the community. It was
amazing,
inspiring to see.
Yeah, everybody just kind of came together.
Celestino does have more surgeries, so he will be in the hospital for at least a few more weeks. Meanwhile, Dallas police tell me that they are still investigating both of those crashes connected to the red Tesla. Following the investigation and the suspect being released from the hospital, that's when charges could be filed. Stephen, Heather.
All right, Peyton Yeager reporting tonight. Thank you, Peyton.
President Trump has never shied away from calling out his predecessors, but even by those standards, these latest accusations are jarring.
This was treason. This was every word you can think of.
A stunning accusation from President Trump. While meeting with the leader of the Philippines, he accused former President Obama of manipulating intelligence to shift the narrative of Russian involvement in the 2016 election, leading to accusations against Trump of collusion with Russia. A spokesman for the former president issued a rare response, writing, "Out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction."
It's the art of deflection coming from former President Obama.
Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard released documents that she says make the case, but Democrats in Congress point out that bipartisan investigations back up the claims of Russian meddling.
When he says something like that, it should be universally condemned. Imagine how Trump would react if someone said it about him. He'd go nuts.
Now, a prosecution against former President Obama is very unlikely, and even if it were to happen, the Supreme Court last year, in a case involving President Trump, afforded a great deal of protection to former presidents. In Washington, I'm Doug Luzader for Good Day.
The Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, has passed away at the age of 76. Osbourne died Tuesday morning surrounded by family. In a statement they shared, "It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love." In 2020, the singer revealed he had Parkinson's disease. Just weeks ago, he performed his final show. The heavy metal icon, once famous for biting the head off a bat, led the band Black Sabbath. In 1980, Osbourne went solo and turned out hits like Crazy Train. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, both with the band and solo. In 1996, he started the annual tour Ozfest. Reaching far beyond his longtime metal fans, Ozzy and his family welcomed audiences into their home with the MTV reality show The Osbournes in 2002. Along with his wife Sharon and their kids Kelly and Jack, they shared their day-to-day lives. Over the years, Osbourne continued making music, and in 2022 earned his first career back-to-back #1 rock radio singles from his Grammy-nominated album Patient No. 9. Earlier this month, the original Black Sabbath lineup reunited for the first time in 20 years in the UK for what Osbourne called his final concert. Jason Momoa hosted, and among bands who performed sets were Metallica, Guns N' Roses, and Slayer. Ozzy Osbourne is survived by his wife Sharon, his 6 children, and numerous grandchildren. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.